Hello and welcome back to our episode. So, by the way, this is episode 5 of our Rewired series here on Spotify. So, by the way, I also have my video podcast on TikTok. So, if you haven't followed me, and if it so happens that you meet my podcast here on Spotify. So maybe you can do me a little favor of following me as well on TikTok because I'm starting to create my own video podcast. And hello, those people and my followers, although it's not that many compared to big time people. So I just started this one, by the way. So you already know that I do create podcasts, and this isn't the first time that I created my own podcast. So I just took this leap of faith, something, and somehow gave myself a challenge to create something that I can be proud of, right? Because creating content with our technologies today is kind of rewarding somehow and self-fulfilling personally as for myself because I really enjoy watching or listening again to the topics that I shared here in these platforms that I am sharing my contents with. Um, Pardon me if it took me weeks before I published this podcast. Now the new episode of our podcast. So good thing we are on episode 5 already, and I salute myself. I always, um, let's say, um, encourage myself and somehow praise a little bit myself because somehow I did the job. I took the move to publish podcast. So I know you had a rough day, and I do understand because um, all of us are still living and trying to do the things we love to do. We need to fulfill our obligations. So I just hope somehow you stay with me. You stick with me with this podcast because I will be talking about a very important topic for all of us to share with. Yeah, for this podcast episode. So I just want to explain myself, by the way, why it took me weeks. So if you don't mind, so I just hope you still have the moments to listen. So this is kind of short anyway. Um, it is because I just had my wisdom tooth extraction. Extraction, I mean. It's been a struggle deep within me to decide to have my wisdom tooth extracted because it was already um, broken a bit. There was like cavity in my teeth, in my tooth, my wisdom tooth. So I really need to have it extracted. I suffered for a toothache for maybe 1 year already. So that's why I finally decided. So it happened like weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. I really need to take some rest and took some medication for me to have the wound totally heal. So good thing, I believe it's already healed. Although I can still feel that there is something like a missing here in my jaw, like a bone, something. Anyways, good thing we're back on track. Anyways, welcome back once again. Um, for today, I want to talk about pain as a teacher. Before that one, I would like to tell you as well that I've been doing another side quest, another things that I like doing. I also write books, and currently I'm writing 2 books actually. I just write it when I have my vacant time. I write the first book is all about personal branding, and the second one is all about education and gaming. So, for you guys, expect I will be publishing 2 books soon. And for all of you who are listening on my podcast and here on TikTok, I will be giving you these 2 books for free. So I will be sharing what I know, and somehow you can have it for free. No, free of charge. All right, so let's jump to the topic. Um, Pain as a teacher. Pain is something that all of us most mostly we are hesitant to have it experienced for ourselves. Even as for myself, I don't want to feel pain, physical pain, psychological pain, whatsoever kind of pain. And it was the big struggle that I had before when that was the main reason why I wasn't able to totally decide right away to have my wisdom tooth extracted, because I was so afraid with the pain. Although it wasn't my first time to have some to have a tooth extraction, rather, actually it was my third time. But although I had my two experiences already when I was still in college and high school, I already had to experience with my with tooth extraction, but somehow I still felt the fear, because I guess it's natural for all of us human beings. We always try to avoid pain, right? So we do our things because unconsciously we want to be happy with our lives. We want to be happy with what we are doing so far, right? We want to live a life that is fulfilling and meaningful. And pain is something not included in the list, right? If you are to evaluate your bucket list, I should say maybe 90 to 100%, you forgot or you did not include pain as one of the things that you should have, or you are to prioritize experiencing. Prioritize, right? So, but I should say, all of us, we fail to understand that pain is always necessary for our self development. Pain is the great teacher, I should say, because pain, it teaches us, including myself, it teaches us to endure, right? So, whatever things we're experiencing right now, say, for example, with my wisdom tooth, right? If I did not conquer the fear of experiencing pain, so probably I will still be suffering right now with toothaches and even some unpleasant smell with my mouth, right? Because of the cavities and poor something. Yeah, because it affects my oral hygiene, right? Although I'm going to brush, but since I have cavities, so for sure it will affect my oral hygiene. So if I did not took that courage, if I didn't take the courage to have it extracted, so in short, if I did not embrace pain, so my problem will not be solved, right? So it teaches us endurance, and also pain. It teaches us patience because it teaches us how to wait. It teaches us to somehow conserve our energy for greater purpose, suffering for greater good, something like that, right? And also, pain as a teacher, it teaches us bravery because, yeah, it's human nature. I guess there's no sentient being here living in this planet that does want pain to be experienced. Yeah, all of us, we don't want pain in our lives, right? That's why if we are to embrace pain, that means we are challenging our bravery, and somehow it is training our bravery, right? And next one is pain. It teaches us the purpose. Whatever things we're experiencing, there is a purpose. It helps us realize that there is a purpose for that pain. And somehow, lastly, it will help us appreciate the value of our lives and whatever we are experiencing or whatever we are trying to achieve. So that is how important pain is a teacher to all of us. And sadly, most of us, we fail to acknowledge it. And that is a sad reality. So in short, pain has something or has a lesson for all of us to teach. And we just have to embrace it in order for us to grow and become a better person. So I guess that's all for my podcast for today. And see you in the next episode. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Bye bye.